Hello everyone. In this video we'll be checking out scenario where civilization starts over, this time on Pangea. We're on episode 3 now I think, and in the last video we saw many things happen, such as mass expansion over here, and these three nations were formed, but we also saw a big war that destroyed the blue team, and the red team is now independent fully. In this video we'll be seeing some more nations being founded and some more wars, so make sure to stay to the end. But now we'll be looking at our meeting between the dark purple team and the dark red team in this major town or small village. So let's see that meeting. And as you just saw, we see the leader of this nation, the dark purple team, being assassinated in this meeting in the dark red team. And days after this, we see the dark red team sending forces into this nation. And this comes to a big shock to the people of the dark purple team, as they never thought that the dark red team would try another invasion of their country. They never thought the dark red team would invade them again, but here we are. As you see, the dark red army send in a big army into dark purple team. Their goal is to swiftly destroy this country and take as much land as possible. And as it looks, they are going to succeed with this, as the dark purple team doesn't even have a king anymore. So what is there for them to do? And in just a matter of weeks, we see their capital being taken by naval landing over here, and after that, the whole peninsula is taken. And yeah. The dark purple nation is not going to hold up anymore, as they surrender over to the dark red team, and now we'll be taking a look at a peace treaty of this war. And this will be the peace treaty right here, as we see the dark red team take all of this land, forcing the dark purple team to move their capital down to this mirror village, I guess. And these are the new borders of the world. But now, taking a break from this area, we'll be looking over at red team, where we'll be seeing them doing something weird, and that will be uniting with the yellow team. But here's the thing, the yellow team will be under the red team's flag, and this just makes the red team bigger. And the reason this was confusing is because the red team people didn't want this, but the yellow people wanted this, and the red king wanted this. So you kind of see a split between the people and the king, and the people can't really do anything, as the king is the king. He controls the country and decides what they do. So yeah, but the red team is now rising up again, and the main nations don't want that, such as the dark red team. But the dark red team needs to take a break, as they used up a lot of forces in this invasion. And they used up a lot of forces in the war against the blue team, so we won't see them getting involved in the red team's expansions yet. But taking a look away from red team, we'll be looking not that far away at the lime team. Now, lime team is an interesting nation. They have a policy of mass expansion, and policy we don't really see much, or we do see it, but nations don't really use them as much, as sure, the pink nation has expanded a lot. They have expanded into all of these areas. The dark red team is expanding over here, but that's just normal expansion. The lime team has policy of mass expansion, so that means that they can expand as much as the king wants, and the people really loves this expansion. So the people don't really care how much they expand, as long as the king at least cares about their nations and brings them to glory, I guess. But the lime team will But lime team will quickly expand and take over all of this whole lake, or part of this big lake, and they will very fast become a big nation as they take over all of this and now borders the pink team. But there's now a problem as the pink team takes claim of all of this area, and the lime team doesn't want to give them that, so the pink team will do the reasonable thing and invade into the lime team. And as this is basically fresh land, there won't be so much defense for the lime team, and the lime team will quickly ask for peace as the pink team is stronger than the lime team, or at least in this area as the pink team already have most of their forces here. Meanwhile the lime team had their forces over here as the red team is expanding. So let's take a look at this peace treaty. And in this peace treaty we will see it looks something like this, where we see the pink team take all of this land and expand a lot more, and the lime team is humiliated and their people don't really care as not many lime team people were living here, and the lime team will just be expanding down here instead, away from their enemies and over to their ally, the dark green team. And as we're talking about the dark green team, let me see this. The lime team and the dark green team are working on a big project that will change the course of history. Let me say that, and it will be big. So let's see how that ends. But yeah, there are talks between these nations actively as we're speaking. But let's ignore that for a second as the lime team is continuing expanding. But now they have finally stopped expanding, and we'll be taking a look at the dark purple team again, as they'll be releasing some nations. And these are the new nations that are formed. As we see, 4 new nations being created here, and this just shows that the dark purple team, they're falling apart. They can't handle the big power vacuum in their country, and yes, they haven't elected a new leader yet, and it's been, I'd say, maybe a year or two since the war with the dark red team, so they're very unstable at the moment and probably will continue collapsing in the next few episodes. Maybe they'll be experiencing a civil war or a rebellion, who knows, but they'll be falling apart in this next episode, so be prepared for that. But now looking back at a red team, we'll be seeing them declare war on their biggest rival, the blue team. And the blue team, they aren't after their big defeat in the big war, they got a lot of restrictions, and after their big war and their big defeat, they got restricted a lot. They can't have big army. Their leader needs to be accepted by the dark red team, the red team, and the pink team. So yeah, and this war, it's not really approved by the dark red team or the pink team, and so yeah, these guys still be actually sending some aid to the blue team, but not that much as they still hate the blue team. But that won't stop the red team from expanding into them, as the red team takes over their capital in few days. And the blue team probably won't exist much longer after this, and the dark red team knows that, so they'll be sending in their soldiers as well and take some land from the blue team and try to cut off the red team from expanding too much, as nobody really likes the red team. They are very imperialist and has very weird ideas and goals. But now let's take a look at his peace treaty. And this will be the division of the blue team, as the red team takes all of this land and the rest is left to the dark red team. And yeah, the red team has like tripled or even like grown 5 times their size since this video started. And the reason they are achieving all this expansion is because basically most of the nations they border are weak and don't really have much of experience in war, and that leads to them being annexed by Red Team. But don't worry, as we'll actually be seeing that problem being solved with the Orange Team here, as they unite with the Dark Green Team. Now, the Dark Green Team is not, they're not strong, but the Dark Green Team is not weak either. They can put up a great fight against the Red Team, and the Red Team doesn't really want to lose any people, as then the people would get mad, and the Red Team doesn't want their people to get mad, as the last time the Red Team people got mad, they experienced civil wars and a bunch of losses, and they don't really want that. But now we'll be taking a look at the Pink Team, as they'll be expanding a bunch west, so let's take a look at that. And this is how much they'll be expanding, and listen here, this is not done like in few days or so. This will be a conquest that will take a few years, maybe 2 years, and so yeah, 2 years to do that, and a lot of change in those 2 years. And one of those things is that the Dark Green Team, they'll actually be just disappearing, and the reason they do this is because they unite with the Lime Team, and yeah, that was the big thing they were talking about, and big union, and here it is, and strong union that actually challenges the Dark Red Team in power. And we basically start to see that smaller nations aren't going to last very long, as the strong nations feed on the weak nations, and the weak nations won't really have anything to defend themselves. But that will be end of this video. If you like this series and wanted to continue, consider liking and subscribing. I'm on the road to 150 subscribers by the end of this year. But that's all. Goodbye.